Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram, welcoming you to your cricket happening show, the daily cricket show. Not much of cricket happening, but definitely today what we are going to look at in this particular cricket happening show is two matches. One is we are going to look at the Pakistan tour of England, which is really touted as something very, very interesting because the reason being they have a new coach, Mickey Arthur. They have Inzamam ul Haq in charge of the batting operations there for the Pakistan. And the Pakistan have a new bunch of selectors too. So there's a lot of revamping that has been done by Pakistan. And that's the reason this particular tour is going to be very, very important against England. And the former great player Intikhab Alam feels that this is the time like Pakistanis are looking really raring to go at the Englishmen. So let's see as to what happens. So today, the reason that I'm talking about that is that today Pakistan had their first taste of England conditions as they played their first tour game, and stumps on day one. Pakistan ended up with 324 for 5, and especially considering that they were playing for the first time, one has to give credit to Pakistan that yes, the Somerset bowling was not something that was one could really say, if you look on paper, can't say that it was a very good bowling attack, which I'll talk about. But still, Pakistan would be very happy that they started the tour of England in a very nice manner at stumps on day one against Somerset. They were 224 for 5 at the county ground here in Taunton. And then we'll also look at the Caribbean Premier League. In the Caribbean Premier League yesterday, there was a big record which was set by the Trinbago Knight Riders batsman Colin Munro, who became the first overseas player to ever score a century in Caribbean Premier League history. As previously we have seen Gale, Smith and Samuels having done it, but they are all the local guys there. But Colin Munro got the proud distinction of being the first ever overseas batsman to slam a century in the Caribbean Premier League. And Colin Munro, what a knock! I mean, he had 100 not out of just 65 deliveries, with 7 fours and 6 wonderful sixes being hit. And out of the score of 162, the lion's share was taken by Colin Munro. But after that, even that 162, even with the Colin Munro hitting a century, this total also proved to be pretty less for the Trinbago Knight Riders, as they lost the match by 6 wickets when Guyana Amazon Warriors, led by Chris Lynn's big hitting 8 sixes and 1 boundary in a very, very precious knock of 77 of 43 balls, giving them the victory. So these are the things that we are going to look at. But first, what I'm going to look at is the match between England and Pakistan. The first tour game today, stumps on day one, as I said, 324 for 5 on the board for the Pakistanis after winning the toss. And as far as today's game went, if you first, let's have a look at the bowling. The bowling is Josh Davey, who is from Scotland. Paul van Meekeren, the Netherlands bowler. Groenwald, who did a fine job, I thought. He was the pick of the bowlers today. 12 overs, 5 maidens, 24 runs and 2 wickets. Peter Trego with the ball, he was a bit costly. Dim Bess was making his debut. McLeish. Now, as far as the Pakistani batting was concerned, Mohammad Hafiz was a goner early, bowled by Van Meekeren for 20 with 1 4 and 2 sixes. But Shan Masood played a good hand, really playing well for his 62 with 8 fours, becoming LBW to the best bowler from the Somerset team, Tim Groenwald. Azhar Ali's contribution was 26 with 3 boundaries, but Yunus Khan initially had some trouble actually negotiating the swinging conditions there, but slowly settled in with some lives being given to him as he carved out an unbeaten 99 at stumps with 14 fours, and be looking forward on the morrow to really start off with a bang here on the Tour of England with a century. So he is not out of 99. Misbah-ul-Haq was dismissed very cheaply for just not, didn't trouble the scorers at all. Asad Shafiq was involved in a good partnership. After when Misbah-ul-Haq left, I thought the Pakistanis were in a bit of a strife at 132 for 4, but Asad Shafiq came in and combined beautifully with Yunus Khan playing. And Yunus Khan, let me tell you, his flamboyant driving was there to see. His cut shots, the sweep shot that he normally deploys for the spinners was also pretty good to watch. And Asad Shafiq played with confidence as well. Asad Shafiq's contribution in that partnership, which really helped matters for them, from 132 the stumps on day 1, 324, so 311. So it was a big partnership which happened, almost 180 odd runs. Asad Shafiq's contribution being 80 with 10 boundaries. Sarfaraz Ahmed was not out on 6 at stumps. And as I said, Tim Groenewald was the best bowler. 12 overs, 5 maidens, 24 runs and 2 wickets. 2 wickets for 54 for Paul van Meekeren, the Dutch import. And Leach had 1 for 53. So as I said, the bowling attack was not looking pretty good, but the batting definitely has some big names like Marcus Trescothick. They have J.C. Hildreth, who had a wonderful season last year. Peter Trego, we know what a dangerous player he is with bat as well as ball. Bat, especially with the bat. And so they definitely have some big names to look out for. But other than that, I thought Pakistan should be credited for starting off the English tour in a very nice manner. Now, the other match which I'm going to talk about is the Caribbean Premier League. And as I said, the Caribbean Premier League had a very good record yesterday. The Trinbago Knight Riders were playing against the Guyana Amazon Warriors, who eventually won the match by 6 wickets. Trinbago Knight Riders did not have a good start with Sohail Tanvir, who has been doing a very good job. If you look at his 2 matches, his average, he's just giving away 20 runs, and that's a good start for Sohail Tanvir. And he picked up the wicket of Brendan McCullum for naught, and Hashim Amla was packed up early by Veersamy Permaul for 6, clean bowling him. And after that, it definitely required someone to stand at the wicket and also hit some runs. And that's precisely what Colin Munro did. He really went, really banged the Guyana Amazon Warriors bowlers with Munro hitting an unbeaten 100 of just 65 deliveries with 7 fours and 6 sixes, thus becoming the first overseas player to score a century in a Caribbean Premier League history. And his contribution was a not out 100 of 65 balls with 7 fours and 6 sixes. Dwayne Bravo contributed 12 of 17 with 1 4. His brother Bravo, Darren Bravo, made 18 of 17 deliveries with 1 6. Umar Akmal was once again disappointed, out for just 1, trying to hook a delivery from Sohail Tanvir, and he was caught by the wicketkeeper Bramble. Kevon Cooper entertained a bit in the end with an unbeaten 16 of 9 balls with 1 6. 162 for 5 was what the Trinbago Knight Riders raised on the board. The bowling, as I said, Sohail Tanvir was the pick, 2 for 21 of 4. Other than that, the wickets were shared by Veersamy Permaul, Emrith, and Adam Zampa. As far as Guyana Amazon Warriors was concerned, the start was a decent start by Dwayne Smith and Martin Guptill, with Dwayne Smith hitting 26 of 18 of 3 fours and 2 sixes. Martin Guptill making 25 22, but Chris Flynn, this youngster, was a real treat to watch, as he went. He believed in not kneeling in boundaries, but he believed in hitting the ball over the boundary. And that's what got him 8 sixes and 1 boundary in a very precious knock, I thought, of 77 of 43 balls. And this was the one which paved the way for the Guyana Amazon Warriors victory, even though Colin Munro finished with a century. Jason Mohammed once again, this time played in a very cool fashion, unbeaten 33 of 30 ball, 2 fours and 1 6, and showing that he's going to be a real asset for Guyana Amazon Warriors in the Caribbean Premier League matches. Barnwell was out for naught and Bramble not out 3. 166 for 4, 6 wicket victory for the Guyana Amazon Warriors, and Guyana Amazon Warriors in fact picking up their 2nd consecutive victory in the Caribbean Premier League. Beaten none for 14, 1 for 28 for Nick the Miller, 3 overs for 38. Kevon Cooper was very costly as Chris Lynn went after him. 4 overs, 1 for 18. Nareen did a pretty good job. In fact, Nareen was the one who gave them the breakthrough when he actually clean bowled, LBW. He had Sunil Nareen LBW, so there's Dwayne Smith LBW, Ben none for 34 and Bravo 2 for 34. Colin Munro, even though finishing on the losing side, took away the man of the match. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I'm trying to see whether there's any other cricket news that I could really talk about today. I don't find any really springing up here, so that really says it all as far as my today's Cricket Happening show is concerned. Hope you all enjoyed it. There's more to come on the Cricket Happening show tomorrow. Till such time I see you, it's goodbye from Host Ram Studios. Thank you.